Hi guys, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and I'm back with another little craft with me kind of tutorial video. I've been putting together some ephemera, and I've just been sitting doing some of these lovely little tea folding rosettes, and I just thought I would make them into like kind of snippet kind of little decorations. So you can see I've put like lots of little bits of snippet stuff on there, and then a nice little flower on the top. And these are great for a decoration. You can cover them, the back of them, with card, and then you can use them as tuck spots in your pages as well. So they're quite versatile, and they're so pretty, and they're not very bulky. They don't take up a lot of room in your junk journal, and I love using them. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And again, it's all about adding more and more elements to your junk journals, and more decoration. You know, it's the big thing with junk journaling is knowing when to stop. I've never figured that out yet. I will get there one day, but anyway, so I just thought I would show you what I've been up to, and maybe finish off one that I've been doing. So let's move these out of the way. What I've been using, this is vellum, and these are actually decorative papers. I got a paper pack, and unfortunately I can't remember the name of it. Isn't that terrible? Anyway, they came with these little squares, and the squares themselves are actually 7.5 by 7.5. The size of the square doesn't make any difference to the actual finished design, but it will affect how big the design turns out. So it's up to you. You can make these smaller, you can make them bigger. I have actually used the 6 by 6 ones, but it does turn out to be quite a big rosette. But you can cut these down. I mean, you could get 4 squares out of one sheet, and you need 8 squares. Is it 1, 2, 3? Yeah, 8 squares for each of these rosettes. So out of 2 sheets of your 6 by 6, you're going to get a rosette. And you know that because this is 6 by 6, as long as you cut them in the middle, you know, you're going to have a 3 by 3 piece, and that's going to be even smaller. Because I mean, 6 by 6 is 15 centimeters. These ones are 7.5. Yeah, so you're going to have it's going to be 5 centimeters ish. I'm not very good with measurements, terrible. But then that's going to give you a slightly smaller rosette than this one as well, which might be quite nice for to put on a you know, you could put it in a TN journal, like Traveller's Notebook, which is basically going to give you a nice little added element in there as well. So I've actually completed 2. This one I've finished decorating, so I'm going to put that one to the side. I have inked around the edges of this one. I didn't ink it as I made it, I just waited till the end and inked the edges. The next one I'm doing, I'm actually inking the whole thing. I'm going to pop this one up here and just move these papers aside, and I'll bring this one over that I've already started. Because I'm using a plain paper here, I have actually started to ink all the different edges. I don't know if it shows up very well on the camera. I hope it does. But yeah, so I'm going to show you quickly how to get to this. So this is a great thing to sit and do on a night, you know, if you're watching a program or just sit and listen. I love my audiobooks. I will sit for hours with my audiobooks, and this is a great thing to just sit and do. So it doesn't take up a lot of time, and it's something you can do in your spare time, so it's great. So you get your square, and it's quite simple. Corner to corner, 1 crease. Open that back up. Corner to corner, 2nd crease. There you go. Now your first 2 folds, you want the pattern on the outside of the fold. For this last fold, you're going to put the pattern on the inside of the fold. So it's going to go the opposite way to the others. And then in half, and just a quick crease there. When you open this up, you can see it's already wanting to fold in on itself. And all you do is you just push that down, refold everything, make sure everything's in line, and you've got that's your initial fold. That's where you want to go it to. If you're going to ink the whole thing, this is where you would stop, or this is where you would ink. So I've already done a few. As you can see, I've been doing quite a few. So start with our inking. So let's just get some ink on, and we're going to go all the way around the front. Okay, now what you're going to do, these side bits, open it up, and you're going to do the same, ink all the way around there. And then on the opposite side again. So what you're going to end up with, you're going to end up with 3 sides inked. This side you don't have to worry about. Right, now the next stage of this is you will find the centre crease. You can actually see it. If not, if you just look at the top, and you can put a little indent in with your finger, but you can actually see it. And then you want to make sure that this folds over to the centre. Now it's the bottom bit that's hard to place because the paper doesn't want to fold, but you will get there eventually. I find that using my fingernail as a guide generally helps to get this to fold properly. And then you can see this meets at the top. Give everything a nice crease, make sure everything's in its place. The final part you want to ink is just down that fold you've just made. Now my inking's not on point today, as you can see I'm getting it everywhere. That's okay, because I'm actually going to decorate these with snippets, so don't worry about your edges yet, because as you can see on this one I've only inked the folds. You can easily go back and ink the edges afterwards, which is what I did with this one. This is made out of vellum. I just had a plain white vellum, and I thought it'd give it a nice effect, and it does kind of give it, you know what this would be great for? This would be great for Christmas journals, where you want to give it that kind of ice effect, because that's the plain white vellum actually does give it that kind of effect. So next stage is to glue the bits down. Now if you're going to make these into pockets, it's a good idea to try and glue them flat, because they can bulk up a little bit if you don't get the gluing right. So your first bit of gluing is going to be on this back panel. Doesn't need a lot, just a little, and then fold that down like that, and then inside these, that last fold that you made, just put a little bead of glue, and that's just going to keep those flat as well. Now at the minute you don't want to do any more gluing until you've got all of your pieces together, because if you glue anything else you're not going to be able to fit them together. So what I've done is, that one's here. So what you do is then, and it doesn't matter which side goes over which really, because you're not going to see that, it's going to be all tucked away, but you will slide that into there like that, and once you've checked that your placement's right, then you can put some glue on. Excuse my sniffles, it's a bit cold here today. Autumn is definitely right. Oh, you know what? Pumpkin spice season started. Starbucks have their pumpkin spice frappuccinos in. Oh my god, I can't tell you how happy I am. I have waited all year. It's my absolute favourite drink. I'm going to wax lyrical about pumpkin spice now, but oh my gosh, I love that drink. I've waited all year, and I went down yesterday and I just thought, I'll pop my head in, because you know, autumn's getting there. They just that day put the notices up to say that they were doing them again. Oh, I was in heaven sitting there with my big tall pumpkin spice drink, watching Gail Agostinelli's latest video. I was in heaven in the coffee shop. It was great. Anyway, back to what we're doing. Excuse me for going off on a ramble. Oh, excuse my dog, he's just telling me my daughter's come back. You'd think that he was a big scary dog, but he's not really. I think if we ever did have burglars, you'd probably show them how to get in and help them carry the stuff out. So we're going to just put the glue down on this one. I'm going to show you just one last time, and we are going to pop that on there like that. There we go. And as you can see, that's hidden behind, so you don't see that, and that just keeps everything nice and flat. So I'm not going to finish this whole last rosette. You don't need to sit here and watch me doing inking and things. But I am going to decorate this glassine one that I've done. Sorry, not glassine. Vellum. Glassine. Now there's an idea. I might have to look into that. So I have one of my many jars of scraps. And like I have these all over. Honestly, they're just bits of scraps here, there and everywhere. And I've got bits of papers and lace. Let's just pick a few bits out that I think we might use. And let's see. So interesting things down the bottom. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Okay, and I've got another pile. Big surprise. Of bits of fabrics. Let's see what we've got. Oh, that's a nice bit. I like that. I'm not making this one for any specific journal. I'm just having a look and seeing what I've got. And I've been tea dyeing as well. And I've got this. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful, gorgeous pink lace? I don't know if you can see it. Isn't that lovely? And I put it into tea dye because I wanted to imprint the pattern of the lace onto my paper. It didn't work brilliantly. I think the lady whose tutorial I'm following, which is Medieval Mirage, I will link her down below. She uses the plastic covered lace tablecloths. I cannot find them anywhere. Now I know for a certain fact they used to sell them at the range. They've stopped doing them. So I'm waiting for a couple coming off Amazon anyway. So until, well, this was my other option. It didn't work absolutely as good as the other laces, but that's for another tutorial. So I'm going to just take a little snippet of this because I'm in love with this at the moment. The tea dyeing is like, it's kind of gone patchy. So you've got some of the pink, you've got some of the tea dyeing. It's just gorgeous. It's lovely. And then let's see what else we've got. Oh, I have this. Now it's a binding tape that I've coffee dyed. Oh, hasn't it turned out so lovely and grungy? I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. So I'll have a bit of that. Now I suppose we better start trying to put things together. Let's see what we've got. So if we start off with a bit of that. I want that because that lovely grungy edge there, I want that to show. And then that, if I put that at a like across, and I like this, I really like this. Get the strings off. Oh yeah, that's coming together. That's nice. And my beautiful daughter Jenny was out at Tiger yesterday, and she picked up these for me, and they're just beautiful, aren't they? I haven't checked the angel policies on these, I must admit, but I think they're made by the same company. Let's see. I think these are by the same company that makes some of the decorative papers, and if they are, then the angel policies are fine. If not, then I'll just use them for personal use. But let's see, we want something pink. I've started cutting off this one. And as you can see, that they're kind of glittered as well. So let's try a couple. That's nice, I like that. Do we want a blue? No, I don't think the blue suits. Something bigger? No. That's it. No, I quite like that one. I think that one works. Okay. And these are simple to use. All you've got to do is just snip where they're attached. They're kind of already fussy cut flowers for you. Perfect. There we go. Right. And I'm just going to trim where I've cut it because I don't want sharp edges. I should really have my smaller scissors, but I keep forgetting to pick them up. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is just give it a little ink. And then that should take away some of that white. There we go. Yeah. I like that. If we just manipulate a few pieces here and there. Oh yeah, yeah, that looks good. I like that. Let's move these other bits that we're not going to use. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this because I want everything well stuck down. Got little bits of stuff everywhere now. Okay, so let's start with a, come on Fabri-Tac. There we go. There we are. And we'll just pop that on. And then this Fabri-Tac does not want to come out today. I think sometimes it depends on the weather, you know, when it's too cold it kind of gloops up and gets a little bit thick. I've got a wood burner for my craft room, but I don't want to put it on because it can get too hot, and it's on that kind of strange kind of weather where some days it's cold enough, other days it's not, and I think you put it on and then you're going to be too hot. I'd rather be too cold than too hot. There we go. Let's see, which way do we want that? I think that way is quite nice. There we go. And we'll pop that down there like that. And put this away. Just hold it down for a minute. These are really versatile. As I said, they're great to use as a decoration. They're fantastic to use as pockets, or just as you could put like I've got some large paper clips. You could have them on a paper clip. You know, I have used these before. I think that needs a little bit more Fabri-Tac. I have used these before on paper clips to hold envelopes in, so that sometimes you don't want to put too much heavy decoration on the envelope itself, and this gives you the decoration that you can actually remove. Come on Fabri-Tac, gonna have to warm it up I think. There we go, that's better. Oh, I've got strings, just wipe them off there. There we go. I'll just hold that for a second. I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet, you know, and get the heating on. I love pumpkin spice season, but I don't like the cold. The cold weather. I don't like having to use heating. There we go, and that one's already decorated. So we've got that one and we've got that one, and you can see the completely different effects you're going to get from whatever papers you use. You don't have to use the same papers. I've seen people use two different patterns and then alternate them, and that gives you a great effect. There are lots of different methods of tea dyeing. There are different shapes and different types of rosettes that you can make. I'm not going to even try to start with a tutorial on them because I'm not an expert. I just know that I like doing this one, but there are some really great tutorials that you can follow on YouTube for that, and that's basically how I did it. I just started watching people doing them and then started to make them my own by adding the decorations and that. So I hope that's been useful. I hope you've enjoyed it, and come and craft along with me again. So have a great day everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.